Top 15 LEGO Star Wars sets of all time. What if I told you that the most expensive LEGO Star Wars set isn't actually the greatest one ever made? Over the last 25 years, LEGO has released hundreds of Star Wars sets. Some were incredible, some were forgettable, and a few completely changed what collectors expected from LEGO forever. So today, we're counting down the 15 greatest LEGO Star Wars sets of all time. This isn't just based on price or rarity. We're looking at build quality, display value, minifigures, innovation, nostalgia, playability, and the impact each set had on LEGO Star Wars as a whole. Let's get started. Number 15, Republic Gunship, 75354, Coruscant Guard Gunship. Starting off the list is the Coruscant Guard Gunship. Now, I know this choice might surprise some people, because it isn't the classic 2008 Republic gunship that many fans grew up with. But hear me out. This version has one of the cleanest color schemes we've ever seen on a gunship. The white body, combined with dark red accents, gives it a completely different personality, while still feeling unmistakably Clone Wars. The build itself is sturdy, the proportions are excellent, and it's packed with play features including opening troop bays, stud shooters, and a spacious interior. The standout feature has to be the minifigures. You get Chancellor Palpatine, Commander Fox, 2 Coruscant Guard clone troopers, and Padme Amidala. Commander Fox alone became one of the most desirable clone minifigures ever released, thanks to his detailed helmet printing and exclusive design. While some fans wished for more clones instead of Padme, there's no denying this is one of the best modern gunships LEGO has produced. Number 14, Death Star Final Duel 75093. Sometimes a set doesn't need thousands of pieces to become legendary. The Death Star Final Duel perfectly recreates one of the most emotional scenes in Return of the Jedi. You get Luke Skywalker confronting Darth Vader while Emperor Palpatine watches from his throne, all recreated with fantastic accuracy. The throne room includes opening windows, collapsing stairs, hidden force jump functions, and even the famous reactor shaft. Everything about this set feels cinematic. The minifigure lineup is excellent too. Battle-damaged Darth Vader, Luke in his black Jedi outfit, and one of the best Emperor Palpatine figures ever produced. It's not the biggest display piece on this list, but few sets capture an iconic Star Wars moment this well. UCS TIE Interceptor 7181-75382. Few Star Wars ships look as aggressive as the TIE Interceptor. LEGO has produced multiple versions over the years, but both the original UCS edition and the modern remake deserve recognition. The newest version especially showcases just how far LEGO's design team has come. The wing angles are nearly perfect, the cockpit looks fantastic, and unlike many older UCS sets, the structure feels incredibly solid. Display-wise, this thing is stunning. From almost every angle, it looks like it flew straight off the screen from Return of the Jedi. Even if you're not usually a fan of Imperial ships, it's hard not to appreciate how sleek and intimidating this model looks sitting on a shelf. Number 12, Imperial Star Destroyer 75252. If there's one LEGO set that immediately commands attention, it's this. The UCS Imperial Star Destroyer is absolutely enormous, over 1 meter long, nearly 5,000 pieces, and weighing several kilograms once completed. Building this feels like constructing an actual starship. Every section adds another layer of detail, from the surface trenches to the bridge towers and rear engines. Despite its massive size, the proportions remain remarkably accurate. It also includes a tiny Tantive 4 for scale. That single addition instantly reminds you just how ridiculously huge this ship really is. Sure, it's not the most exciting build if you prefer colorful interiors or moving features, but as a display model, very few LEGO sets look more impressive. Number 11, Mos Eisley Cantina 75290. Before this set released, many fans wondered if LEGO could really recreate one of Star Wars' most famous locations. The answer was absolutely yes. The Mos Eisley Cantina feels less like a LEGO set and more like an entire Star Wars scene frozen in time. You get the cantina itself, surrounding buildings, Landspeeder, Dewback, and an incredible collection of minifigures. More than 20 characters appear here, including Luke, Obi-Wan, Han Solo, Greedo, Ponda Baba, Dr. Evazan, Wooher, the Modal Nodes Band, Jawas, Sandtroopers, and many more. It's basically every memorable moment from A New Hope packed into one giant set. What's especially impressive is that it balances display and play almost perfectly. Open it up and it's packed with details. Close it and it becomes one of the most recognizable Star Wars locations ever built in LEGO. Number 10, AT-AT 75288. When LEGO released this AT-AT in 2020, many fans called it the best play-scale AT-AT ever made. And it's hard to argue against that. This set strikes the perfect balance between display and functionality. It stands tall, has excellent proportions, and is surprisingly sturdy, considering its long, articulated legs. The head can rotate and elevate. The side panels open to reveal a detailed troop compartment, and it even includes a working winch, so Luke Skywalker can recreate his daring attack from The Empire Strikes Back. Speaking of minifigures, LEGO really delivered here. You get General Veers, Luke Skywalker, 2 AT-AT drivers, and 2 snowtroopers, making it ready for battle straight out of the box. What makes this set special is that it appeals to almost everyone. Kids get a fantastic toy, while collectors get one of the best-looking AT-ATs ever produced at this scale. 021. Few Clone Wars vehicles are as iconic as the Republic gunship. The 2013 version took everything fans loved about the original and refined it. The shaping was cleaner, the cockpit design improved, and the opening troop bays made loading clone troopers incredibly satisfying. The minifigure selection is another huge reason this set remains so popular. You get Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker, Padme Amidala, Clone Pilot, Clone Troopers, and Super Battle Droids, all characters that perfectly recreate the Battle of Geonosis. This gunship became the centerpiece of countless clone army displays and remains one of the most sought-after non-UCS Republic gunships on the aftermarket. It's one of those sets that instantly transports fans back to the height of the Clone Wars era. 8. The Razor Crest 75331 UCS. The Razor Crest had enormous expectations to live up to. After the original Playscale version became one of the most popular Star Wars sets in recent years, LEGO needed something truly special for the UCS edition. Thankfully, they delivered. With over 6,000 pieces, this is one of the most detailed Star Wars models LEGO has ever designed. The exterior is packed with subtle weathering, exposed engine details, and layered armor plating that perfectly captures the worn-out look of Din Djarin's ship. Open the removable roof panels, and things get even better. Inside, you'll find the cockpit, sleeping quarters, carbon freezing chamber, weapons storage, and multiple rooms packed with tiny references from The Mandalorian. The minifigures are outstanding too, featuring Din Djarin, Grogu, Kuiil, the Mythrol, and Blurg. This set proves that modern UCS models can be just as enjoyable to explore on the inside as they are to admire from the outside. #7 UCS Slave 1 75060. Now this is one of the greatest bounty hunter ships LEGO has ever created. The UCS Slave 1 is almost universally praised, and for good reason. The shaping is phenomenal. The rotating cockpit works flawlessly. The color scheme captures every scratch and weathered panel from The Empire Strikes Back. Even years after its release, it still looks like a modern LEGO design. The display stand allows the ship to sit at its signature flying angle, instantly making it one of the most eye-catching models in any collection. Then there are the minifigures. Boba Fett, Bespin Guard, Stormtrooper, Han Solo, Frozen in Carbonite. Every one of them adds value to an already exceptional package. Even if you're not the biggest Boba Fett fan, it's difficult not to appreciate just how beautifully engineered this set is. Number 6. UCS Millennium Falcon 10179. Yes, before you say anything, I know many people expected this to be number 1. The original UCS Millennium Falcon from 2007 completely changed the LEGO Star Wars theme forever. At over 5,000 pieces, it became the largest LEGO set ever released at the time. Collectors had never seen anything like it. Its sheer size was unbelievable. The level of detail was revolutionary. and owning one quickly became every LEGO fan's dream. Even today, original sealed copies sell for astonishing prices, making it one of the most valuable LEGO sets ever produced. So why isn't it higher on this list? Simply because LEGO eventually surpassed it. As incredible as this set was, newer UCS models feature stronger building techniques, more accurate proportions, and significantly improved detailing. That doesn't take away from its legacy. Without this Falcon proving that collectors wanted massive display models, many of today's UCS masterpieces may never have existed. It officially reached the top 5. From this point on, every set has a legitimate argument for being the greatest LEGO Star Wars set ever made. Some revolutionized the theme, some perfected iconic ships, and one set, in my opinion, stands above everything else LEGO has ever produced. Let's find out which one takes the crown. We've made it to the top 5. At this point, every set on this list could reasonably be someone's number 1. These aren't just great LEGO Star Wars sets. They're the sets that shaped the hobby, pushed LEGO's design team to new heights, and became dream builds for collectors around the world. Let's get into it. Number 5, Ewok Village, 10236. Kicking off the top 5 is one of the most unique LEGO Star Wars sets ever released, Ewok Village. Instead of focusing on a single ship or vehicle, LEGO recreated an entire location from Return of the Jedi. The village is spread across multiple interconnected treetop platforms linked by rope bridges, ladders, and hidden traps. Number 4, UCS Millennium Falcon, 75192. If the original UCS Falcon changed LEGO Star Wars forever, this version perfected it. With 7,541 pieces, it remains one of the biggest LEGO sets ever released. Everything about it is on another level. The hull detailing is incredibly accurate. The engine section stretches almost the full width of the ship. The radar dish can be swapped depending on whether you want the original trilogy or sequel trilogy version. Even the interior is packed with iconic locations, including the Dejarik Lounge, cockpit, engineering bay, smuggling compartments, and sleeping quarters. The minifigures cover multiple eras too, featuring Han Solo, Leia, Chewbacca, C-3PO, Rey, Finn, and BB-8. Number 3, Republic Gunship UCS, 75309. Few LEGO Star Wars releases generated as much excitement as the UCS Republic Gunship. Chosen through a fan vote, expectations couldn't have been higher, and LEGO delivered one of the most accurate Clone Wars vehicles they've ever produced. The proportions are outstanding. The bubble turrets are beautifully designed. The cockpit flows seamlessly into the fuselage, and the massive wings give the ship an incredible presence on display. Unlike the Playscale gunships, this version focuses almost entirely on display accuracy. It captures the look of the Attack of the Clones gunship better than any LEGO model before it. Some fans criticize the limited minifigure selection, but once this model is sitting on a shelf, it's hard to focus on anything else.
UCS AT-AT 75313. This is one of the most intimidating LEGO Star Wars sets ever created. Standing over 62 centimeters tall, the UCS AT-AT completely dominates any display room. The engineering behind this model is remarkable. Despite its enormous weight, the internal frame keeps everything stable. The legs are strong, the joints are secure, and the proportions are almost screen-perfect Davy entrance. Open the body panels, and you'll find a fully detailed troop compartment capable of holding dozens of snowtroopers. In fact, LEGO designed it specifically so collectors could build an entire Imperial army inside. The head is equally impressive, complete with seating for General Veers and AT-AT pilots. Number 1, Death Star 10188. Taking the number 1 spot is a set that perfectly captures everything LEGO Star Wars is about. The Death Star. Unlike almost every other set on this list, the Death Star isn't just one vehicle or one scene. It's practically an entire Star Wars movie in LEGO form. Across multiple levels, you can recreate some of the franchise's most unforgettable moments. Luke and Leia swinging across the chasm, the trash compactor, the detention block rescue, the Emperor's throne room, the super laser control room, the hangar bay, even the tractor beam controls. Every floor is packed with references, hidden details, and interactive features. Then there's the minifigure selection. With over 20 minifigures, you get heroes, villains, droids, Imperial officers, stormtroopers, royal guards, Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Han Solo, Chewbacca, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Emperor Palpatine, and many more. It's essentially the ultimate LEGO Star Wars playset. Unlike many UCS models that are designed mainly for display, the Death Star excels at both display and play. You can spend hours discovering new details, recreating scenes, or simply admiring everything packed inside. More than 15 years after its release, it remains one of the most beloved LEGO Star Wars sets ever made. And that's why, in my opinion, it deserves the #1 spot. So there you have it, my picks for the 15 greatest LEGO Star Wars sets of all time. Of course, lists like this are always subjective, and that's what makes them fun. Maybe your #1 is the 2008 Republic gunship, maybe it's the Venator, the UCS X-Wing, or even a classic set from the early 2000s. I'd genuinely love to hear your ranking, so let me know in the comments what set you think deserved the top spot, or which one I completely missed. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more LEGO Star Wars rankings, reviews, collection showcases, and building content. It really helps support the channel and lets me know you'd like to see more videos like this. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. May the Force be with you.